Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, dear students? I hope you all are fine. Second year, you know very well we have done 4 exercises of chapter number 2. This is very important chapter. So today, in today's lecture, we will take revision of these exercises. Before going to continue exercise 2.5, that is very important exercise according to long questions board point of view. In exercise 2.1, we have first of all understand how can we take derivative by definition, by first principle and by ab initio method. So there are 4 steps to cover this topic. First of all, we will write any given function is equal to y, then add delta function on both sides in the variable term. On left hand side y is variable, on right hand side x is variable. So y plus delta y, x plus delta x. First one is write a function is equal to y, secondly add delta function, and third one divide both sides by delta x in all questions. Okay, when we are handling that questions by definition, by first principle or by ab initio method. And what's the fourth step? We have to applying limit on both sides. Delta x tends to 0. By when you are calculating derivative by using definition method, first principle or ab initio method, you must follow these 4 steps. Okay, revise these steps. First one, y is equal to f of x. Second one, add delta function on both sides. And third one, divide by delta x. And fourth one, applying limit on both sides. Delta x tends to 0. Understand? Second important thing is that prove that derivative of constant function is 0. Derivative of any constant. Y is equal to c. C is a constant. So y is equal to c x naught. Okay, x is power 0 is equal to 1. As we know, something power 0 is equal to 1. So we have written here as a variable. So now what's the second step? First, the given function is equal to y. Secondly, apply delta y on both sides in variable. Y plus delta y, c is a constant. So x plus delta x whole power 0. So this is the proof that the derivative of a constant function is 0. We have proved it completely. Okay, and you know very well these are the steps I have written again here, so that you easily memorize these steps, first, second, third and fourth. So by using these 4 steps, you have proved that derivative of any constant function is 0. That is your final conclusion. Limit delta y over delta x, limit delta x tends to 0 is equal to 0. So simply we can write it as dy over dx is equal to 0. And other important proof, important for MCQ short question, y is equal to x, the derivative of variable with respect to itself is equal to 1. So now y plus x, y is equal to x, x is any given function, and first of all we will write any function is equal to y. Y plus delta y is equal to x plus delta x. By using the same 4 steps you have calculated, now dividing by delta x, applying limit. So limit delta x tends to 0, dy over delta x is equal to 1. So the derivative of any variable with respect to itself is equal to 1. As we are taking derivative of x with respect to itself x, so that's why its final derivative is equal to 1. So this is the simple and short proof. So the variable of the derivative of any variable with respect to itself is equal to 1. And after that we have learned about, we have dealt the questions having positive integral power of variable. By using this method, we can handle all questions having positive integral power of variable by definition, by first principle, by ab initio method. Okay, you can see here there is x bar is 2 and x bar is 1. So 2 and 1 both are positive integral power of variable. So all questions having positive integral power of variable are solved by using this method. For higher positive integral power, we use binomial expression. If the power x is 2, then we will easily handle it by using positive integral power variable last method. But if the power is a greater number, for example, it is in the form of x raised to power 8, x raised to power 100, x raised to power m, okay, where m is an element of n, positive natural numbers. So in this case, we will help binomial expression. Remember it, there is a difference between binomial theorem and binomial expression. This one is binomial expression, so learn it well. So always remember, for higher positive integral power in the form of x raised to power m, okay, any unknown number, or in the form of x raised to power 100, 40, so on, use binomial expression here. Y is equal to x raised to power m, and learn this binomial expression. We have solved this question by using binomial expression. So by following this method, by solving this question, you can easily solve the other questions by the same method. So this is your final derivative. But to handle negative or non-integral power of variable, we will use binomial series. Binomial series is unlimited, while binomial, in last lecture you have learned about binomial expression that is bounded at the end, plus also on plus b raised to power n, while this is unlimited, this is not bounded, and we will use binomial series, this series, for negative or non-integral power of variable. Just like here, 2 minus x raised to power 1 by 2, x raised to power 1 by 2, this is non-integral part, this is not complete integer, it is in the form of 1 by 2. So to handle such type of questions, when there is negative, power is negative or non-integral power, in any question, any type of question, when there is power is negative or non-integral power, then you will use this binomial series, okay. Where you will use it, first of all, write the given function is equal to y, secondly add delta function on both sides, and after simplification by using this by following these steps, divide by delta x on both sides, and now here apply binomial series, and by following these steps you can calculate finally your derivative by applying limit delta x tends to 0. After that, we have solved part number 5 by using the same method. 1 over x minus a, first of all y is equal to the given function. After that, we have added delta function, and by simplification by using by following these steps, you can easily solve the remaining question of the same type. We have applied here binomial series, and you have calculated your final derivative after applying limit here. After that, we have solved different parts of question exercise, just like 2x square plus 1 by using by following 4 steps. First one equal to y, secondly delta function, added both sides, and after that divided by delta x, and finally we have applied limit and calculated required derivative. Now in many questions we have applied binomial expansion for as it is used for higher negative, higher positive powers, binomial expansion for higher positive powers, okay. Just like here x raised to power 40. So in this case again we have followed the 4 steps. First, the given function is equal to y, secondly add delta function, and third one is divide by delta x, and finally calculate derivative by applying limit. So question 2, we have calculated derivative from first principle by using same previous method. We have calculated these questions. I am revising this lecture for you so that you can understand and remember the binomial series and expression as binomial series. This one is used in the case when there is negative power or non-integral power in the variable, okay. Just like here ax plus b whole power is minus 5. So this minus 5 is now negative power. So in this case you will calculate its derivative by taking help of this binomial series. Hope so you have now learned the difference between how can you deal the negative parts and positive parts and higher positive parts. and how can you deal non-integral parts. Dear students, it's your today's homework. Do practice of exercise 2.1 and exercise 2.2 and do homework on your NEET homework registers and submit me your homework. Fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.